Alright, another game of Warhammer 40K, the second game in our tournament. Orks versus Eldar, 1850 points, playing kill points and tactical escalation. The objectives, one's there, one is there, third's here.
There's one here, and then one behind that building.
Fifth, and then there's a sixth one right over there where those warp spiders are. I'm playing Orks. We're going to go over what I have. I have a squad of 10 Grots here. 20 boys with a knob with a power claw and a pain boys attached to the squad. I have 2 KADs, let you know. Another squad of 20 boys here with a knob with a power claw. 5 Labas with ammo runs. 2 trucks with 7 tank buses in. Another truck with 12 boys, knob with power claw. Another truck or battle wagon with boys, a power claw, and a pain boy. A big mech on a bike with a custom force field. 15 Ludas with a war boss, my warlord, who has mega armor, thinking cap, and lucky stick. And then 4 death copters with missile launchers. The one without any copters actually has the buzzsaw. And for warlord traits, he had the ability like lucky timing or something like that, where he gets to reroll 1 hit or 2 wound per turn. And he also, with the thinking cap, was able to get all his army have move through cover and stealth ruins. And I am going first right now. We are going to roll season initiative after we go over the Eldar list.
Okay, the Eldar, haven't played them in a while, but go through my list. Just a wide sweeping view first of my my models on the board. We will go ahead and start over here. Have a group of war walkers. All of them have scatter lasers except one has a bright lance. Right here I have my Farseer right there. He's attached to this group of Dark Reapers. That Farseer actually has some psychic abilities. He has precognition. He has prescience, forewarning, which gives someone within 12 inches of 4+ invulnerable. He has perfect timing, which ignores cover. Up here on the building, I have my other Farseer. He's on a bike. He has a spear, singing spear, and he's got 4 jet bikes with them. 2 of the jet bikes, the ones with those longer guns, those are scatter lasers. Wave Serpent right here with bright lance, twin link bright lances. Inside are 5 Wraith Guard with the Wraith guns. I have my Lord of War. He's the Wraith Knight. He has the twin heavy D cannons, Wraith cannons, heavy Wraith cannons, I believe they're called. Another Wave Serpent. Inside is one group of my Dire Avenger Shrine. This is one group of 5 Dire Avengers. Here in the building, as Greendawnify said, have some warp spiders with an X-Arc. And over here I have my Swooping Hawks. I will be rolling to see if I seize the initiative, but first I also have a group of, who do I have in reserve? I have 2 groups of Dire Avengers and 1 group of 4 jet bikes, one of them being a warlock.
My scout moves. I move my Def Copters up, and now we're going to roll for the Eldar to seize the initiative. It was a 2.
It's a 2.
Orks
So
are going
Orks will go
first. Alright, end of my movement phase. The objective I got was capture objective 4, which is over there where the war walkers are. Def Copters moved over. I turbo boosted this battle wagon. I'm probably going to also turbo boost this truck later. These trucks with the tank buses just moved up. And then the rest of these Ludas move forward. The big mech gives them all relentless, so they're able to move and shoot. Boys moved up and ran, move up and ran. These Grots, they're inside this building. And the big mech of the custom force field followed in suit of all the vehicles. So we'll be back after shooting. Alright, turbo boosting. A bunch of all the vehicles turbo boosted up, all the trucks. The Ludas and the Def Copters shot at the War Walkers. 2 were killed, and the Labas shot at the Warp Spiders and killed 1 as well. All that's left is assault moves, but we're just going to go into Eldar turn 2.
Okay, just wrapping up my movement phase. For my swooping hawks, they jumped up. They did a sky jump. Over here, the warp spiders moved up 6 inches. This wraith knight, he just stood still. My wave serpent moved up 6 inches, and these wraith guard piled out. Hopefully they could take a shot at that guy that's inside. Over here, these are slow and purposeful, so they jumped up right there, and they can still shoot. The jet bikes moved from back over here to right there. And right in front of them is the Warwalker that's still alive. And that's what happened in movement. In the psychic phase, I did Psychic Shriek and was able to take 3 wounds away. Killed one of the helicopters, took another wound away, so that has 1 wound there. And over here, I gave these Wraith Guard a 4+ invulnerable save. I gave the ability to reroll, well, you know, prescience here for the Dark Reapers, and guide for the Wraith Knight. So we'll come back after the shooting phase and see what happens. Okay, recap shooting. The warp spiders shot and were able to kill 3 of those orcs. They assault moved back, just to recap everything they did in this turn. Over here, start up with some big news. The Wraith Guard shot and they were able to kill the orc on a war bike that was giving invulnerable saves to the vehicles. So he died. Other good news, at least for the Eldar, this Warwalker was able to penetrate and wreck this truck. The orcs spilled out, and when that happened, I was able to shoot with the Dark Reapers and kill 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6. They made their leadership. They're still there. Other shooting, these jet bikes. This is after they assault moved. They assault moved back. They were up here behind this Warwalker, and they were able to shoot and took out 3 more of those little. Or maybe it was just 2. Can't remember what happened, but there's just 1 war helicopter, Devcopter, still alive. So, last thing. The Wraith Knight shot and took 6 hull points away, just utterly destroyed that tank. The explosion killed 5 of the tank busters. And, for victory points or points that I rolled, I needed to get behind enemy lines. And with the movement and turbo boosting of that Wave Serpent, I was able to get that. So I got first blood, obviously, from shooting and destroying, I think it was this tank, this battle wagon, but also got the point for behind enemy lines.
Pretty painful last turn, but hopefully this turn will, the orcs will come back. Boys move forward. I am calling my WOG this turn. Tank busters came out first out of this truck. They backed up. They're right there. Here are the boys. 2 tank busters survived the blast. Are right there. The looters with the Mega Armored War Boss moved up. The Devcopter is staying here to capture Objective 4, since that's one of the objectives I need. The other one is Psychological Warfare. Boys came out of this truck, or battle wagon, getting ready to charge those bikes. The boys here that survived are going to charge there. And these boys moved up, and they're going to run and then charge those warp spiders. And we're going into shooting and running. Here in the shooting phase, 2 hole points were taken away from the Wave Serpent by these tank busters. These tank busters killed a Wraith Guard. These boys fired into them but did nothing. These boys ran forward. The looters shot and killed 2 bikes and put a wound on the Farseer. The Warwalker was killed by big shooters from the truck and the battle wagon. And then the Labas put a wound on the Dark Reaper Exarch and actually killed one of their own boys. So now we're going into charges. So a waste of a WOG. The one unit that used the run to try to charge as well failed to make it into assault. Tank busters assaulted the Wave Serpent. These boys assaulted the Wraith Guard. Over here, multi-charge from the boys from the Battle Wagon into the bikes and the Dark Reapers. Those boys charged the Dark Reapers. And that Death Copter assault moved back onto the objective. So now we'll see what happened in all the assaults. The turn 2 assault for the Orks is now over. There are only 2 Wraith Guard left. 2 were killed, 1 Orc Boar was killed, and the Wave Serpent was destroyed by the Tank Busters.
These guys held up.
Over here, only 1 Dark Reaper and a Farseer survived. All the bikes died. The Orcs multi-charged the Dark Reapers and the bikes. Bikes were killed, and there's only 2 left. But a bunch of the boys over here. There's only 3 left out of the tiny squad that were here. But yeah, so stuck in combat there. They made their leadership, stuck in combat here. Those tank buses are out of combat though. And now we're going into Eldar turn 3.
2. Okay, coming back for Eldar turn 2. I did get some reserves on. I got this group of 3 jet bikes with the Warlock. They're on. I got these 5 Dire Avengers on. They're right there. Hopefully they could combine. They could take that 1 helicopter out, Death Copter. In the Psychic phase, I did get Precognition off for my Farseer locked in combat, and I got a 4+ invulnerable save for this guy right here, the Dark Reaper. Other movement, these Swooping Hawks came in right here. They're going to throw their grenade pack and shoot. I moved the Wave Serpent back 12 inches so I could take some shots at these Orcs. And actually, I moved my Wraith Lord up, Wraith Knight up 6 inches. And I forgot to move these guys. They're going to move back 6. Make that really quick. So hopefully, all combined, I could take out these Orcs and then, if need be, assault with my Wraith Knight. So let's see what happens. We'll come back and talk. Dire Avengers, they go ahead and take out that Death Copter, capture that objective over here. These jet bikes capture that objective right there. 2 objectives. And 1 more objective here with my Swooping Hawks. 3 objectives controlled and 4 objectives right there. So grabbing a lot of objectives. One good thing is I did get a kill point for killing the Death Copter. Over here, there was about 16 Orcs. I was able to shoot them with a combination of the grenade pack, shooting with the Swooping Hawks, shooting with these Warp Spiders. Fortunately, they ran back because I wanted to have my Wraith Knight just go in there and attack them and assault, but they fell back, so that is the end of shooting. And I did get 1 objective. Actually, I got Ascendancy, and I did get another victory point because I captured Objective 6. So as far as objectives, good, but did not kill a lot of Orcs. We're going to go into Assault. Too many Orcs. They went ahead and killed the Farseer and the Dark Reaper in Assault. Over here, this Wraith Guard is fantastically still alive. He killed 1 Orc and 1 of his brothers died, but tied combat, still good. Over here, because the Orcs failed their leadership, they ran back. There was just no way for me to get into Assault. So that's all that happened. I did my assault move for the Warp Spiders. They jumped right there. And that's really all that happened. So we're going to go into Orcs turn 3.
My turn, the boys kept on falling back, even with the Pain Boy who could roll on his leadership. They fell back some more. Tank Busted moved over. I need to capture this objective, which they're doing right here. I need to capture objective 4, which is over here. No, 4 is right over here. I need to capture this one over here. And so they're moving up there. And then I need to capture objective 2, which is for the Warp Spiders. Boys moved over. Maybe I'm trying to charge this Wraith Knight. Tank Bus moved into position to shoot at the Wraith Knight, so the loot is. Truck's moving up, and he's going to turbo boost. He got objective secured. Those Dire Avengers don't, so I should be able to capture that one. And that will be the end of my movement phase. Now going into shooting phase. Alright, so in the shooting phase for the Orks, shot most of my shots from the Wraith Knight, only took 2 wounds. Tank Busters, the looters were the ones who took the 2 wounds from. The Tank Busters shot 2 but didn't do anything. Labas shot at the Dire Avengers over there, wiped them out, and my truck turbo boosted to capture that objective over there. I'm capturing this one, but I couldn't capture the one over there with the Warp Spiders. So now we're going to do charges, which is really just going to be this combat here. And I'm going to try to charge those boys into the Wraith Knight. End of the assault phase. The boys got out, took out finally the Knob, killed the Wraith guard, got out of combat here. The only ones who could hurt him was the Knob with the Power Claw, and put 2 more wounds on the Wraith Knight, so I got another point for stripping 3 wounds, but 4 wounds in total in my entire turn. The Wraith Knight only has 2 wounds left. But he stomped and killed like 7 boys, 3 more with like his normal close combat weapon, so he did a lot of damage. So I captured this objective and that objective over there with my truck, so I got 2 points from that this turn. So now we're going into Eldar turn 3.
Okay, I did bring my last group of reserves in. The Dire Avengers are going to hopefully try to kill those last 2 Orks for a victory point, kill point. Movement, the jet bikes I moved over here to get close to this objective so they could just take it away from that truck. I actually have rolled to capture that. My Warlock has a Singing Spear, so maybe there's a chance I could take that truck out in addition to that. Over here, my Wraith Knight still locked in combat. These guys are just staying here. I moved the Warp Spider, the Wave Serpent right here, and just kept my Swooping Hawks just in place, but kind of spread them out a bit because of the barrage weapons he has. Hopefully just take away those 3 little Orks and get a kill point. But other than that, I'm in pretty bad shape, but we'll see what happens. Okay, one last thing. I did get conceal off for those jet bikes, and we're going to come back with the shooting phase and see what happens. Okay, after shooting, my jet bikes took 2 hull points away. They're going to go ahead and try to assault that with my Warlock will have his Singing Spear. Over here, my Eldar shot was able to kill the Knob, but one guy is still alive. One Ork is still alive. He made his leadership. Over here, my Wave Serpent used a Serpent Shield, and my Swooping Hawks shot and killed those 3 Ork boys, so they're dead, but I used my Serpent Shield. We're going to go into assaults, which will be the assault right here with the monstrous creature, and the assault over here with the truck, yes. Okay, in assault, nothing happened. Was not able to glance this and take the last hull point. Over here, good news, Eldar did stomp a bunch of Orks. I think he killed like a total of 6 or 7 or 6 Orks and took 1 wound away from the Pain Boys. So, but the mob rule, he was able to punch himself and survive. So they're still in combat, and that is the end of my turn. I did kill, like we mentioned in shooting, killed 1 group right there, and I got an objective point for capturing this objective. Okay, so that's the end of turn 3.
Alright, turn 4 for Orks. I need to capture this objective here, so the Tank Busters move there. I need to capture this objective. My War Boss jumped out of the unit and is going over here. These looters stayed still to shoot at those Dire Avengers. Battle Wagon moved out of the way. Boys moved over the Wave Serpent, coming over here. These Tank Busters, I still have to move them, actually. I forgot to move them, which I will, but we're just going to go into the shooting phase for the Orks, which will be next. I did some change of movement. The Tank Busters moved inside there. They shot at the Wave Serpent and didn't do anything. Tank Busters were also went inside. They helped the looters shoot and kill the Dire Avengers. Over here, one Guardian jet bike was killed, even with a 2+ cover save. I'm gonna charge there. These boys are gonna try to also charge this Wraith Knight. And the Labas shot at the Swooping Hawks, but completely missed and didn't do anything. So now going into charges.
Okay, I warp jumped my warp spiders, rolled a 12, and then so 2d6 plus 6, so they're right there. I'm going to hopefully try to kill those last two orcs. Over here, I just moved my wave serpent to try to shoot and kill those two little orcs right there. And that's really everything in shooting, so we'll go into assault. Okay, after assault, I did get my warp spiders in assault. They were able to take out 1 wound, kill the pain boy. Then the monstrous creature, my Lord of War, actually killed the knob, and so they got 2 kill points in that fashion. And then he stomped, killed another 6 of the other orc boys that were assaulting. They failed their leadership, and they were run down. So very good in assault, and that's the end of turn 4. We'll come back with turn 5.
Alright, in my movement phase, Tank Busters moved out. I'm going to decide to shoot at the Wraith Knight or try to take out this vehicle. Ludus stayed put. Warboss jumped in the battle wagon, moved forward. This boy is holding that objective since I need it. This truck's moving over to capture that objective over there since I need it. And this Tank Buster inside this building is capturing this objective, which I need as well. That's for what I need is points. And we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. Shooting here, the Tank Buster shot at the Wave Serpent, took 2 whole points and blew off the scatter laser. They're going to try to charge. The Ludus in the battle wagon shot at the Wraith Knight and took 1 wound away from him. The Lava shot at the Warp Spiders and killed 2. And now we're going into charges, which will just be right here. Here in Assault, the Tank Busters took out the Wave Serpent. And the Dire Vengers piled out. Now going into Eldar, turn 5.
Okay, so I rolled my objective things that I have to do. I have to get objective 1, which I'm not going to be able to get there. I have objective 5, which is right here. I brought my Swooping Hawks right there. So I'm going to try to take that. I'll have to kill the orc that's underneath here. But then I could probably just, assault move, or not assault move, but run to catch it. Over here I have 2 more objectives that I can do. One is to issue a challenge, and one is to kill someone in a challenge. My XR can take out that Runther herd, is that what he's called? And the only other thing I did was in movement, I moved these the Warp Spiders up. I moved the Wraith Knight up, and really his only shot is to try to blow this up, this D cannon. So when the Swooping Hawks came down, they did kill 2 of the Ludus, and so we're going to go into shooting phase. Okay, in shooting, the Warp Spiders shot and killed the orc that was inside there, Tank Buster. So that was a kill point. Later on, the assault moved right there. These Swooping Hawks shot and killed 7 of these Ludus. They made their leadership, so they're okay. Over here, in shooting, the Dire Vengers shot and killed that entire, they killed like 4 of those, Grenchen, and then they ran off the board, so I was able to take that kill point. And then in big news here, this is really surprising for me, the Wraith Knight shot and blew up the battle wagon that had 4 hull points, but I rolled really well with the D weapons, rolled some 6s, so it just exploded. So that's actually everything that happened. And like I said, assault move, those War Spider jumped right there. And that is the end of my turn. I guess we'll roll to see if the game ends. And it's a 1, so the game will end. As far as for that turn, okay, just to finish up what I was saying, I did get objective 5, so I got 2 points for that because I actually had that objective twice. I was able to, I guess that's the only thing I did, that just to getting the objective 5. I killed a character over here, so I actually got that one as well because there's the little Runther herd. So got the 3 points for the Maelstrom objectives, killed one unit over there with the Grenchen, killed a unit inside here with the Tank Busta, and killed a unit right here with the tank. So pretty good round, final round. We will come back and see, we'll tally the points and see what happens.
Alright, so we have calculated the points over and over again. Checked all our math, made sure. And it is actually a tie. 25 points for the Orks, 25 points for the Eldar.
And this is after, on my last turn, I blew up all types of vehicles, killed Grenchen. I killed 1, 2, 3 units and captured this twice and killed a character. So I gained like 5 or 6 things in the last round.
And that's what got it as a tie that last turn. A lot of points for the Eldar. But since this is a tournament battle, and since we need a winner or loser, we're going to roll off. Whoever wins for tournament's sake would have counted as winning by 1 point. So going into, they'll have 1 point for their win. But it is technically a tie. We're going to roll off. Orks with a 2. Or for 6.
Eldar,
so
6.
For the tournament's sake, they count as winning as 1, but it was a tie game, 25-25. The Orks had 11 Maelstrom points, 11 kill points, and 3 tertiary points, one being 3 wounds off the Wraith Knight, Warlord, and Linebreaker.
The Eldar had 12 kill points, 11 Maelstrom points, and then the First Blood, or tertiary.
First Blood and Linebreaker.
Linebreaker,
so that is the end of this game. Eldar kind of is winning by 1 in the tournament's sake, moving on as a victor. And thanks for watching. We'll be coming out with more battle reports.